Hello and welcome to a new season of NRL Tonight. I'm Matt Russell. Each weekday we'll have your breaking news, the latest from Clubland and strong opinion on the game's big issues. Night one, here are the headlines. The Sharks launched their season looking to clear the prelim final bump that's brought them unstuck for the last 2 years. And the NRL lands in Las Vegas for a third year, flushed with Johnny Cash after another great financial result. Also tonight, Steve Roach rates Makasini the best rookie to land at the Tigers since who? Well, you'll have to wait for that answer. But first, the Dolphins have already paid a price out of the preseason challenge. Like Cleary, Dolphins prop Francis Molo was also hit with a Grade 2 careless high tackle on Warrior Jackson Ford. Because it was his third and subsequent offence, Molo was hit with a 3-game ban, which we expect him to plead guilty to. As a result, he'd miss home games against the Rabbitohs and Titans, plus a trip to Cronulla before returning for a Battle of Brisbane against the Broncos. The Dolphins started 0-4 last year. Cronulla's Nicho Hynes insists he and halves partner Braden Trindle are not the pairing under the most pressure this season. 10 years on from their first premiership, the Sharks have their eyes set on bringing the title back to the Shire in 2026.
Superstar halves Nicho Hynes and Braden Trindle might cook up a storm on the field for Cronulla, but off it, it's a whole different story.
He's invited me around for a couple of dinners. He doesn't know how to cook, that's why he doesn't have me there. He's terrible, he's terrible. He thinks he is, but I'll just go around there and be nice to him about it.
The dynamic duo have spent the off-season deepening their connection with the hopes it'll reflect on the field. The number 7 rubbishing any suggestion that the pair are the league's most under-pressure halves.
I don't know how that's so, because there's a lot of halves partners out there who haven't made a prelim in their career or haven't been to a prelim in a long time. So there's only been 2 halves pairings that won a comp in the last 6 years, and that's the Panthers or the Broncos. So, realistically, we're doing a pretty good job, and now it's just about taking it to the next level.
It's been 10 years since Cronulla won their inaugural premiership. This year they're looking to go one step further than their prelim last year. They're hoping this guy, Nicho Hynes, will be the one to lead them.
Then I have no doubt we can be standing there on the last day of October, the first day of October on that Sunday, and hopefully holding a premiership trophy up.
The Sharks will open their season against the Titans at home. It'll be the first time the club will go head-to-head with former assistant coach Josh Hannay. And while Hynes declared there's no hard feelings since his departure, he'll have his game face on for the round 1 blockbuster.
I'm really happy to see good people succeed in life, and he's a good person, and good things happen to good people, and I hope they go and have a successful career under Josh, just not when they play against the Sharks.
Stephanie Clarkson, Fox Sports News.
Now from the Shire to Sin City, where the countdown to kick-off is on. This year, the Bulldogs, Dragons, Cowboys and Knights have the honour of opening the premiership in Las Vegas. Scott Jackson will be part of our team at Allegiant Stadium.
Start spreading the news. The NRL is back in Las Vegas for the 3rd year running. What started as a bold roll of the dice has now become a marquee moment on the rugby league calendar. Bringing our game to the American audience was always a gamble, but it's one that continues to pay off. Under the bright lights of the Strip, surrounded by temptation and distractions, it's strictly business for the 4 clubs in town. The Bulldogs, Dragons, Cowboys and Knights have all been reminded what happens in Vegas doesn't always stay in Vegas. England's Super League is also back, adding an international flavour to the festival of footy. Brad Arthur's Leeds Rhinos and Willie Peters' Hull KR will kick off the triple header at Allegiant Stadium. There's no room for bluffing when competition points are on the line. In a city built on risk and reward, the NRL season starts with everything on the table. Scott Jackson, Fox Sports News.
The Bulldogs were first into Nevada and possibly Nirvana this season, having already strolled the Strip and enjoyed the bright lights. Now they're focused on playing the right way, aided by a training session at the home of the NFL's Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, that was crazy, once in a lifetime experience. very grateful that the club put that on for us. It was a nice surprise. We thought we were training at the field that we're going to do most of our sessions at, and then pulled out and saw the Raiders, and we're like, oh wow. So it was pretty cool.
What was the turf like to run on?
It was actually a bit different. It was a bit heavier, like on your knees and stuff. It's probably not something that we could play like an actual NRL match on. I don't know how that would go, but it was just an unreal experience. It wasn't the biggest training session, just purely from that point of view, but it was something that we'll never take for granted.
Take us through your first couple of nights here, Sean, as well, and is it feel like business now?
Yeah, I think the club was unreal in the fact that they got us over a little bit earlier, just for us to experience Vegas. It's a lot of boys' first time travelling overseas, let alone in Vegas. So just to be, as a group, just to go out and experience new things. The club has been first class in what they've done for us, and the playing group especially are very grateful. So from now on, it's time to lock in, and our actions will be showing that.
Still to come, the NRL shouts its financials from the rooftop, and Steve Roach gives us his top 8 for 2026. Speaking of blocker, here he is. Welcome to another season, Stephen. What excites you about the new campaign?
It's great to be here, firstly, but the new campaign, I hope it's a bit like last year. That's the greatest season of rugby league since I've been watching it as a kid that I've ever seen. Bring it on. I hope it's as good as last year. Well,
as an extension of this, Ricky Stewart rested 8 starts through the pre-season. Didn't play them at all. 8 guaranteed bona fide selections for round 1. Will that become more common, do you think?
I think so, especially after this, if Nathan Cleary gets 3 weeks. Look, the game's hard enough with the opposed sessions now with your own teammates. And I don't know, have you ever seen a wrestling session with the NRL do?
I have, actually.
Mate, that is harder than the game. So, look, I think these players, I really don't know, and I don't think that they need trial games now. Play all the young blokes, as a lot of clubs did. Ricky rested all his stars, and they'll be ready to go. Time will tell whether they needed a run or not.
You paid a big price in a trial, didn't you?
I did.
Did your knee?
Did my knee against Western Suburbs.
Basically the entire season.
Well, I came back for the semi-finals, so it was quickly back. But anyway, that's life.
I want to have a look at the pre-season challenge ladder. Take this with a grain of salt, I know. But for what it's worth, Parramatta collected the 100K for finishing on top. The top 3 have all had their struggles in recent years. The top 5 were the only teams to go 2 from 2 pre-season, and all of them missed last year's final. So as you look at that ladder blocker, do you take anything from it?
Well, you know what I do take from it? When you have a look at those sides that have sort of switcherooed, haven't they? They've gone up to the top now. I know it's only trials, but...
You're saying it warms the cockles of your heart, seeing the Battlers have some success.
Well, it does. What I'm saying is it gives the fans a little bit of hope when you look at Parramatta and the Tigers and the Titans. Their fans are up and about.
Good, yeah. You called South Sydney against Manly yesterday, and each Monday we're going to have Blocker's big call. And the first of the season centres on the Rabbitohs. Blocker's big call is?
I'm going to say that the South Sydney side, with their attacking ability, will make the top 4 this season. And the other thing I'm going to add too, they'll score more tries than anyone else in the NRL this year.
Hey, hang on, what about the Dolphins?
I think they'll be up there.
Or the Raiders.
South Sydney, with their left-hand attack, they are outstanding. There's no better in the game than those guys. They went to their right side a couple of times yesterday, but I think they'll just fox it. I reckon they'll score more points than anyone in the comp.
So Bunnies to rebound from last year, finish top 4, score most points in the competition despite a mystery shoulder injury to Jai Arrow. He didn't play yesterday. The exact nature of that injury is unknown. A return date is still uncertain. Now, here's your big call in writing. Blockers top 8, as promised, for the season ahead. Take us through it, Stephen.
Well, I'm going to go, of course, the Broncos and Panthers, then the Storm. I've got my little doubts about the Storm after seeing them in the trial. Lost a lot of players, but I still think they'll be up there with a great coach. The Rabbitohs in the top 4, the Raiders, Bulldogs, Sharks and the Dolphins.
So Souths and the Dolphins come in from last year while the Warriors drop out. And I've got a sound effect for you. Where are the Chooks?
I've got them scraping in the 9th, the Chooks. Mate, it's...
I hope you're not going for coffee in the eastern suburbs in coming days.
Well, I never go over the western suburbs. Mate, have you ever sat down and tried to do your own 8?
Yes, very difficult.
Who do you leave out? It's very difficult. Some great sides in the competition.
DCE and Sam Walker side by side. James Tedesco, young forwards, X Factor, Nawangani.
Shall you keep going?
Keep going.
Well, mate, I had to leave someone out. They're 9th.
It is very tough. It is very tough. How close did your Tigers come to your top 8?
Well, I think they'll improve after last year. I think they'll be around about 10th. You know, there are some exciting young players. And, mate, when you have a look at it, they've got a lot of, 19, 20-year-olds. You know, give them a couple of more seasons under the guile of Benji Marshall. I think you'll find that they'll be the big improvers.
The way that some teams finished last year, then the pre-season challenge gives food for thought. How tough is it trying to come up with the top 8?
Mate, virtually impossible. I didn't know I left the Roosters out, you told me. No.
Who is the eldest Fainu brother?
Eldest Fainu brother would be Sione.
How many premiership rings has Jerome Luai won?
4.
What's the birthday of your fellow Lebanese teammate Adam Dewey?
August something?
Yeah?
August 8?
No.
Oh, no, give me another chance. 14?
Yep.
That has a 3 in it. August 25.
You scored 2 NRL tries. Do you remember the round, year and opposition of them both?
Yeah, well, there's not that many tries to remember. So, first one, obviously, Melbourne. I think it was like around 16 or 17 at Campbelltown. Second try was against Cowboys. Around maybe 20 or something. Both not very good days.
What are the 2 previous clubs Royce Hunt played at?
Sharks and Canberra Raiders.
What year did your coach Benji Marshall debut for the Tigers?
2004.
Bonus points if you know how old he was.
18.
Spell your skipper Api Coruscant's full name.
API SAI KOROISAU. Yeah, I've got a bachelor's degree in that.
And who are you playing in round 1?
The boy.
Good job.
Can't get me there.
Lou Abahana there having a bit of fun with Dr. Alex Twal, who importantly in the off-season extended at the Tigers until the end of 2029. The same goes for another middle forward at the Tigers, Sione Fainu, who extended until the same year. Steve Roach, one of the Tigers' great forwards, are they the right men to build the future of the club around? Currently, they're the longest signed Tigers.
Yeah, good to see them, sticking solid there with the Tigers. Look, throw in Buddy Afoa too, and
Yes,
Bolle, those sort of guys up
Yep.
front for the Tigers. As I said, consistency is going to be the hard part for them. They're a young side when you have a look at their team and you go right through them, but a little bit of experience with Twal and those sort of guys.
He is one of the youngest. Can those two provide the platform for players like Makasini Makasini? Sit back, Blocky, and enjoy watching this one more time.
I love it.
And the offload. Buller for Luai. Luai, does the dance around Cleary. Fainu, no looker. Taylor made a Makasini. Makasini through one, through another. What the hell have we got here? Hamasi Makasini. This kid is a teenage star. They are standing in Leichhardt. We are witnessing the start of something that could be very, very special.
Oh, I loved it. He's put in the hard work this pre-season, and for his age, really mature, and it'd be hard being that young, getting all the headlines and trying not to read into it too much, but I think he's done a real good job with his the group he's got around him to stay humble. Really good kid, love coaching him, but we've got some hard work to do the next few weeks as well.
Makasini scored 3 tries against the Roosters in Newcastle. He delivered that spectacular effort against the Panthers at Leichhardt. He's gifted, balanced, skillful, athletic, powerful. Steve Roach, how good is Hamasi Makasini?
Mate, how good's he going to be? I saw him on the sideline on the weekend. Mate, he'd be 6'4", hasn't filled out yet. Gee, reminds me of Eric Growth.
Yeah.
If you had a look at some footage of Eric Growth beating tackles, that guy, imagine how good he's going to be. As Benji said, if he keeps a level head, he's going to be a superstar for the Tigers. I actually saw when he scored that try, I was looking at the hill, how much they love their rugby league there at Tiger Town, and mate, they were all stood as one.
Down the left wing, in front of the hill.
He's going to be an exciting player. The last bloke to light up Leichhardt over like that was probably Larry John Coral.
Well, when you come to name great Tigers, I was going to ask you for another big call tonight. You've had one, Souths to finish top 4. Here's another Blockers' big call. Makasini will be the best Tigers rookie since...
Timmy Brasher.
Oh, 89.
Mate, unbelievable player, Timmy Brasher. Mate, he had great anticipation, wonderful speed. Come in as he was still going to school when he come in, and he come in with the Tigers. A wonderful player. We had some great fullbacks, Gary Jack, one of them, and then along came this kid. He was unbelievable. Played in the centres and a little bit of fullback at the back end of his career, but what a superstar.
Made his debut. You were his prop forward and went on to play 244 first-grade games. A debut as a schoolboy. And then 244 first-grade games, Tiger, Rabbitoh, Cowboy.
He had hair then too.
Yeah, no, the long mullet. 17 international, so what a career. And, certainly that's been mentioned a few times after Makasini did what he did in the pre-season. Under Benji Marshall, the Tigers have gone 17th, or last, up to 13th. Block or go, they improve on that 13th this year.
Oh, I'm going to go. I reckon the Tigers will finish around 10th and then improve even more the next season.
OK, from Makasini to another young talent, Cooper Bai. The 19-year-old has opened up on his decision to remain on the Gold Coast, knocking back an offer from the Storm where father Marcus won a premiership in '99. The retention of he and Tino Fa'asuamaleaui, a ringing endorsement for new coach Josh Hannay.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really tough decision just with, I guess, the family sort of side to it as well. But, I mean, I was really happy just with training and everything happening here, and being under Josh as well, I was really happy just in general with everything that we're doing here. So that was probably a big part of me staying, and I guess the guidance from Josh and the rest of the coaches that I had here, I was just really happy. Yeah, that was also a factor to it as well, just being able to start your own legacy, and especially here at the club, it hasn't won a grand final yet. So just being able to, if we do end up being able to do that as a team, then that would just be massive for me. And just building something up here is probably the biggest thing.
Big win for the Titans, retaining Cooper Bai, also Tino Fa'asuamaleaui. So what does that say about Josh Hannay, especially off the back of their pre-season form, which I know you've admired?
Yeah, it's a great endorsement for Josh Hannay, no doubt about that. And also Scotty Sattler taking over as head of football. So, mate, I think they're getting their act together at the moment. And, to keep those sort of players when everyone else is after them, it's a good thing for them.
I know you like their spine. Kinney, Brimson, Campbell, Verrills. In fact, you like some of the little fullbacks in the game at the moment, don't you, Blocker? What about Jai Gray carrying the ball against Corey Waddell yesterday? As I mentioned, there's Kinney, there's Farlongo, Trey Fuller and more. The Mozzie squad at the back, the little blokes. Why do you want to single them out tonight?
Oh, just the way how elusive they are. And the other thing too is how courageous they are. If you have a look at the modern game now, on the fourth or fifth tackle, they actually take a hit up every set for their side. So they're onside when the opposition, or when they kick downfield, so they're onside straight away. But mate, some of those fullbacks are unbelievable. But Corey Waddell, what about him in the video session? If I was one of his teammates, I'd be saying, mate, you got knocked out by the smallest bloke on the field.
Doesn't that happen to all of them, the rest of them at times?
Well, the great thing about our game is everyone gets got.
You always get got in rugby league. Stephen, do you like talking money?
No, not really.
This is just for you, of course you do.
Not really.
The NRL annual report for 2025 delivered more stunning financial results. Among the highlights, record revenue of $845 million, meaning it's more than doubled on a decade ago. Record surplus of just under $65 million. Net assets at a record $387 million. That's to future-proof the game. That's up from hardly anything when it came to net assets a decade ago. The NRL also spruiked itself as the most watched sport in Australia and New Zealand, with record attendances and booming levels of participation. How good, Stephen, is rugby league?
Unbelievable. I can't wait till we get to the billion. Then I'll be jumping up and down.
Are you right to join me for the next 32 Mondays here at NRL Tonight?
Is that all? I like joining you every week, mate.
Well, tomorrow it's Teams Tuesday, Stephen, and we're going to have the first teams of the season. Cowboys, Knights, Dragons, Bulldogs. When it comes to the Knights, bit of male Justin Holbrook will name Dylan Brown and Sandon Smith in the halves, meaning that Fletcher Sharp is expected to be named on a wing.
Oh, on the wing. See, I would have thought he might have played at 14 and come on and a little bit. Geez, he's an explosive player, isn't he?
Yeah. And make sure you're watching tomorrow, because we are going to tour Allegiant Stadium. Now, they might have run out of grog last year. That won't happen this year. They're going to cater for the touring Poms. But we're going to take a special tour of all the food on offer at Allegiant Stadium tomorrow on NRL Tonight.
Apparently they've sent over some Garlo pies too. Did you hear that?
I did.
How good's that?
Have a great night. Tomorrow, Mark Carroll joins us to run you through your first Teams Tuesday of the Premiership. As I mentioned, Knights, Cowboys, Dragons, Dogs, Blocker out of the blocks in a very impressive way. We'll see you next Monday. Thanks for your company. We'll see you tomorrow.